Hello, I'm Chris Athanas. This is a KMP proof of concept part 12, where I'm talking about fixing the race conditions. The tech support is supposed to be out soon, Tuesday, I think they told me. So what we're talking about here is this the race condition that I discovered and didn't really know how to fix until I fixed it. The issue is misuse of snapshot state lists. So I was trying to be clever. I was trying to be cute and be more efficient for like long lists of markers, for big long lists of markers. I thought by doing array inserts and deletes time of operations would be more efficient. But it turns out the issue becomes these reentrant modifications from multi-threaded environment. And even when I tried to like synchronize with locks, atomic locks, I used some of the system stuff that they're using internally. It just became too difficult to manage. So I gave up on that, and it was working fine on Android until there was too many until the processing time for the it seems like the processing time per frame for the new location updates, it would like load new data and at the same time be trying to update it in another thread. It was just getting race condition became very apparent on iOS. For some reason on the Android it was working fine most of the time, but still I was still having issues with it. So yeah, I'm using mutable state flow. I have a composed tips video about using this exact mistake, and I'll put that on the link in the diddly do down there. So yeah, I'll go through this code walkthrough where I did this. And yeah, with using the mutable state flow, the state flows, you can't do reentrant modification if you use the dot update. If you use dot copy, yeah, it'll the dot value thing, it'll still have the same issue. But if you use the dot update, that's awesome feature. Totally makes all these issues go away, and you don't have to think about it anymore, which is great. And I found it to be actually very fast, like much quicker than this array update. And I'm really not really sure why. I don't really care. I just know it works, and it's the kind of standard way kind of doing this now. Even though I'm using a custom database and it's all in RAM and stuff, using the flow, it just works so much better. I'm really happy with the results of it. And I also fixed the heat maps, which I'll talk about in a minute. So let's go over here to code. So here we are in the app. Fetch historical markers. Here we are in the app here. Let's go. I have some shortcuts. Is that option 3? Option 3. Yeah, so let's go F3. I want to go to A. No, I want to go to A. All right, so here we are. So here's the thing I replaced. The markers repo is just this thing right here, just this beautiful state flow. So now that keeps the state, and I expose it publicly if people want to look at that. If somebody wants to get it that way, and I also expose it here. But most of the time, you're just getting the result from these things, and it's emitting a flow that's being picked up over here. Here, final markers after update of the markers repo. So it does the collection right here of this flow that's right here. So that's the fix. The code is much simpler, much cleaner, much more straightforward. So I basically do the update here. Anytime there's an update in any of the repo, like add a marker, remove marker, clear, or whatever, it gets updated here, and then I do an also block, which launches a coroutine that's interruptible, of course, that will do the persistent storage. So like just doing this is a delegate that does a persistent storage on the back end. So I buffer that by 100 milliseconds for the output, which just seems to be fine. All the time I'm reading the dot value of the current state of this result flow of the markers. It's just the state of all the markers. It was, I've tried up to a few thousand markers so far, and it seems to work fine. A lot faster, a lot more efficient. All the weird bugs, state bugs, have gone away. So I'm really happy with that. It works great on iOS. I didn't know at the time that the mutable state flow was available on iOS. Through the process of writing this app, I discovered mutable state flow is available, and the common flow is another alternative way to uh, respond to the or collect the results in the iOS shell code. So it's a great way to bridge all this stuff. It's just one. It's like a one tool to do lots of things. It's got a cousin, the shared flow, which for doing one-time events. But for keeping the state of the marker database, it seems to work really great, like so far. So I'm really happy with it. And this stuff does have to stay in RAM because we're rendering all the markers every time. So that has to stay in RAM. So let's see. Oh yeah, the heat maps. Let me see. Let's go back here. So I got here where the result flow update happens here. And then I had to add to this is announced. So there's two states now for spoken, whether you announce the title or you actually spoken the whole text. So I had to add this is announced feature. Yep, that's the new. Just another flag. Let me see. Hold on. So I also had to replace the recently seen markers set and recently markers flow with another mutable state flow. It just made the whole process so much easier. Available on all. I guess it's available. It's Kotlin things. It's available everywhere, and that common flow makes it have a bridge to the iOS shell, which makes all this stuff super convenient for just all one-stop shop for all these state management. So that's what I did there. And the heat maps. Hold on here. So here we are over in the Google Maps for Android. Where we're at here. So we got the Google Android implementation, and we're inside the Google Maps where it's actually drawing the maps, and it's detecting where the heat map overlay is on, and here's where it checks to see if it needs to if it's got an update for the cluster items, and if checks if the cache is the same, the markers and the last updated size is the same. If that's the case, it just uses the same heat map tile provider, but if there's a change, it has to create a new one. This has to happen here. I haven't figured out how to make it work outside inside a coroutine here yet. I might try to do that, but it actually does create it here, this remember block here, but it seems to need to calculate it inside here. I haven't figured that out yet. I'm gonna work on that later. So that's the heat map, but it works. So the heat maps now work, and I can maybe I'll show you that. Hold on. Okay, so I've got the heat map here now. It's dim because it's I've got a lot of markers loaded right now, but you can see it's working. It is a little laggy, so it's not good to have it on right now for animation for like when you're just driving around, just because it does take time to calculate that thing. I'm gonna work on trying to make it more efficient, but so that's how that works right now. I think that's about it. And next up, I did do an update to the UI, so I'll be just showing off what those changes were. And we'll be seeing you soon.